You guys have no idea how terrifying it is to have the largest animal that walks our planet stare you in the face. And you know he's looking at you, because you're the one who let him over. So you guys gotta know, my biggest dream of my entire life was to go on an African safari. Few things you gotta know about me for this story to make sense. I have been obsessed with wildlife for as long as I can remember. When I was 3 years old, The Lion King was the first movie that I ever saw in a movie theater. It got me so hooked into African wildlife specifically. I love all wildlife. Africa, it's different. There was one animal I wanted to see more than any other, and that was elephants. They have always been my favorite since I was a kid. They are beautiful, majestic, amazing creatures, and I've wanted so badly to be in Africa and see like a herd of them just out in the wild. But in order for this story to make sense, there's one more thing you gotta know about me. My career is being a voice actor and an impressionist. I'm sure you've seen some videos floating around with me in there somewhere. They've gone all over the place, but what most people don't know is when I started learning how to do all the voices and stuff, I started trying to make animal noises first. So I do have quite a few animal voices in my backlog. But with that being said, I got to go on this trip. I somehow convinced my mom to come along with me. So after an insane amount of hours of flight, my mom and we make it to Africa. And I am just in hog heaven. We hop in our Jeeps and we start going to our first destination, and we are staying at a hotel in the wildlife preserve. Which, that's crazy. I didn't realize that they had hotels like in the wildlife preserve, but they do. So we're driving just to get to our hotel to drop off our stuff and then go do our safari drive, but we're already seeing animals on our way there. Like, we pull in and the first thing we see is like a herd of buffalo, and we've got gazelles everywhere and zebras, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. So of course I'm already going nuts. I'm like, we saw that just driving in. What do we gotta see when we get there? So we hop in our Jeeps and we start going on our first expedition, going around. We see tons of cool animals, but no elephants, which was kind of a bummer for me. Still saw some amazing stuff. Then the next day we start driving around again. This time we find some cool stuff, like we found a lion pride that had taken down a zebra and we were watching them have some breakfast. I know, a little sad, but it is a circle of life, and we did feel bad for the zebra, but, you know, lions gotta eat too. So we're still going on our trip, and we see some elephants that are really far away, and they're like deep in these brushes, and it's not really a good shot. You can't really see much. But then we go out again, and we pull up to this one brush, and we can really faintly see an elephant in this brush. He's not super far away, but he's pretty deep in there. And I was like, oh, this would be so cool if he just, wasn't in the brush, But then my mom pops up. Brian, you should do your elephant call at it. And then once she said that, there was like a war going on in my brain. The impulsive side of me said, that is amazing. I'm trumpeting at this thing. We're gonna get it out of this bush. We're doing it. But the logical side of my brain is like, this is a 5-ton behemoth. Are you really gonna lure this thing over to our very exposed Jeep? Do you think this is a wise idea? And luckily, my logic side was taking over in this moment. And I just told my mom, no, I don't think that's a really smart idea. We probably shouldn't be trying to call over a bull elephant. But then the rest of the people in our tour group, they start saying, no, do it. Come on, do it. And you gotta understand, in this tour group, I am the only one under the age of 40 on this trip. So I'm sitting there going, y'all are supposed to be the older, mature adults here. And y'all are egging me on like a bunch of teenagers to go do this stupid thing and call out to a 5-ton animal that can kill us. So not wanting to be the bad guy, I talk to our tour guide and just say, hey, you're with me, right? This is a bad idea. But then even he turns around and goes, no, do it, that could be cool. The logic side of my brain is beside himself going, are we the insane ones now? What is this? So I give into the peer pressure. So I took a deep breath and belted out one of the loudest elephant trumpets I have ever done in my life. And much to my surprise and chagrin, the elephant stopped chewing and just slowly turned his head and looked me dead in the eyes. Y'all, I cannot begin to tell you the wave of fear and terror that went over my body. It was like a wave went from the tips of my hairs all the way down to my toes as I just sit there going, I just ticked off the biggest animal walking on our planet, and he's gonna kill us. I am looking this animal dead in the eyes. Like, these are the pictures. I took the pictures of it. He's just eating and then BAM! You guys have no idea how terrifying it is to have the largest animal that walks our planet stare you in the face. And you know he's looking at you, because you're the one who let him over. This is either going to be one of the coolest stories of my entire life, or the story of how we die. There is nothing in the middle here. And so the tour guide starts yelling at me. He's like, oh, Brian, do it again, do it again, do it again. I'm like, no! Did you see the way he looked at me? Am I the only one who's worried about dying here? But the elephant quit staring at me, turned, and he came out of the bushes and walked straight to the Jeep. I was shaking. I was terrified. I had goosebumps all over my body. I was sitting there going, oh no, did I insult your family? If I said something inappropriate, I apologize. So he came over and he got right up to our Jeep, you guys. He doesn't come at me specifically, thank goodness. If he had done that, I may have had to change my pants when we got back to the hotel. I am telling you that now. This elephant, he was huge. You guys can see in this video that I shot. He was this close to the Jeep. He walks right in front of it. He is right there. But luckily, he seemed to have gotten his curiosity satisfied, and then he just started to walk away and kind of mosey off. And y'all, as terrified as I was in that moment, I look back at it going, that was probably one of the most amazing encounters I could have had with an animal like that. Just this big old bull elephant just coming to check us out, see what was going on, and then just kind of moseyed off on his way. I asked our tour guide later, I was like, what were you seeing that let you know that he was okay? Because I know bull elephants can go through like must and get super aggressive. How did you know he wasn't in must? How did you know that he wouldn't have hurt us? And he said like he was looking at a lot of the body language and saw that the elephant was totally calm and just was curious, and that's why he was encouraging me to do it. He said if he saw like an ounce of danger, he would have let us know and we would have taken the appropriate measures. I'm so glad that I didn't listen to the logic of me for a moment to make this amazing encounter happen. So it just goes to show, you really gotta trust the experts who are in here all the time, because what seems like a stupid idea could lead to one of the most amazing experiences you've ever had. Also, it's just extremely validating for me that my elephant impression was good enough I could actually lure over a real bull wild elephant to our Jeep. Or it was so bad I sounded like a dying animal and he just wanted to see what was going on. I'm gonna tell myself it was the first one, but you never know. You can't get inside the heads of an animal like that.